And How to Train Your Dragon is just like such a hope-coded film that, you go in without any expectation. It takes you into a completely different world, completely imaginary.
How to get out of this paralysis of choice because so many things to watch and so little time. Basically, what we are discussing today is the recent films or shows you have watched or TV series that you want to talk about. Do you have any kind of expectations from the upcoming shows?
Okay, hi everyone. So, I watched a bunch of things actually. So the last good film slash show, there are two things actually. So, I watched a Marathi film on the big screen after a long time. And it's very hard to come by because there are not very good ones being made. So this one was called Jarann. So Jaran is the Marathi word for any kind of black magic. So it's an umbrella term for occult or black magic. So a part psychological thriller and part horror, which is attacking superstition and blind faith. So and the thing is, the film has been written and directed by a contemporary horror author who writes a lot in Marathi literature. So the context is that in Marathi literature, we have a lot of genre fiction, especially in horror and thrillers, crime thrillers. Also, even pulp fiction, we've had quite a lot. So this is basically building on that tradition. I mean, yeah, the plot was a little predictable and there were many loose ends, but overall, it was a very good experience. I mean, the way the thing has been structured. And
Hmm.
one more thing I watched is in the same genre. It is streaming on Z5 right now. It's Z5's first Marathi horror series. It's called Andhar Maya. So even that is set in. It's basically like your typical family coming together for someone's last rites, and then there like a
नको
lot of
कसा
stuff
याचा
happens, and there are some shady characters who are like doing their own thing and warring cousins and whatnot. But that one, please do watch. It's basically like. I would say it's like a spin-off on Dark. If you've seen the Netflix series Dark, it's
Hmm.
something like they seem to have drawn heavily from there. So that one, I mean, if you can, then do watch it if you've not watched anything in this genre before.
Is it something like Muncha? Like,
No, Munja is completely different. Munja is touching upon supernatural lore in Konkan. This is also set in Konkan, which is an agriculturally and naturally very picturesque region, coastal Maharashtra. So that has a very thriving occult subculture. So both of the series are set over there. And yeah, so Dashavatar is again, it's a folk form of Konkan. It's like a play. So you have these like Yakshagana and Kannada, if anyone's heard of it. Yeah, so something like that. So that actually has in the lead role, there's this, if you've seen Lagero Munnabai, have you seen that one? Yeah, so the actor who played Gandhi ji,
Hmm.
he is a Marathi theatre and stage veteran. He's also a children's author. So he is playing a role in psychological thriller and horror for the first time. He is known for comedy and drama, but he's like he's shifting right now. So I'm just looking forward to him like doing this kind of new thing because he's known for comedy. That is forte.
There was
Drama
a
or
Kamal Hassan film, right? Also called Dashavtar, where
yeah.
it's
There is. No. This is different. That Dashafta thing is a spy thriller, right? If I'm not mistaken. Anyone seen it?
it's a spy thriller that goes across like the 10 avatars of Vishnu. So
Uh-huh. No.
yeah.
This is actually based on this folk form in Konkan. Konkan, there are performers who do these, like they wear costumes and like.
Hmm.
So people are like, it's a remake of Kantara, but I doubt it. You can't get that setting into Marathi because we don't have an equivalent here. But
Yeah.
yes, I'm looking forward to that one.
Hmm.
And also something that's on my watch list. I haven't watched it is Killers of the Flower Moon.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it is based on displacement of Native American tribes, right? It's a non-fiction based on a book.
Okay, hi guys.
Uh, just so that Uma mentioned about Dilip Prabhakarkar, I just remembered
Yeah,
my
yeah. I
childhood.
forgot to mention his name. Yeah, this guy's name is Dilip Prabhakarkar. He's won a Sahitya Academy for Children's Literature, by the way. He's also an
A
author.
big name in Marathi industry, and he has done a serial called Shriyut Gangadhar Tipre.
Oh man, that is
People might not
love.
remember, but it's a reference, a nostalgic reference for Marathi kids who grew up in 90s and early 2000s. So we have kind of grown up watching him doing comedy. So that was one thing. And okay, so the reason for me joining this breakout room is because this has been the year where I have watched the least number of movies or shows till now. Like I watched my first ever movie in theater on this Sunday, which was Sitare Zameen Par. And so there was a time when I used to go like 2 or 3 times a week to watch the movies in theaters, but this year I did not get that time. So that would be the recent movie which I watched and liked, Sitare Zameen Par. I know it's a copy or like inspired from some other movie. I don't know the name, but I did not have any idea about the trailer or anything. I just knew that like Tare Zameen Par ka aage ka aa raha hai, Sitare Zameen Par. So I just went and I watched it and I liked it very much. So it was a good like I just had a very bright smile on my face when I was leaving the theater, and just that ki, you know, to have empathy or to have emotions that doesn't correlate with the IQ, the conventional IQ. That's what we have set the parameters for. That was the message.
The film तारे ज़मीन पर helped me understand dyslexia to a certain degree कि अच्छा क्या होता है.
Okay.
Here they were mentioning words like invisible autism and I'm like अच्छा तो
Okay.
क्या. I mean I was assuming I'll get to know about it and I don't, or I was hoping, yeah, so that I was like I still don't know anything about it. ऐसा हो गया मेरे को.
Now you said that I realized, because see, they say that and I already know, so I didn't care much.
आप from डॉक्टर में
Dr.
पढ़े
Flex.
ना.
The next question that I would want to attempt is, what's a film that I recently watched that did not match my expectations? So Metro in Dino, and I hadn't watched the first part, like first thing in that franchise, we can say. So I watched that first thing, Life in a Metro, and I did not like it much. I have kind of mixed feelings about it. I mean, I just felt like they could have used the chemistry between Konkana and Irfan even more, because they had the best chemistry in the movie, according to me, and that was kind of underused. And also, I hated the character of KK Menon to my guts, the hypocrisy, the entitlement. I would say that maybe the director got successful in making me hate the character, but I still have mixed feelings.
Right. So, Bhumika, you wanna go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. So, funny story actually. Over the last week, since the last time I came to Abstract and now that I'm coming now, I think it's a month's gap. In that period, I've quit my job and I've started applying to different places to find another job. And recently, I went into an interview of Roy Kapoor Films, and I was so stunned by that, because I was expecting that I'm going to go into a production house that makes like great films and I'll be super enthralled and like it's going to be a lot of fun. But it was such a realization, because like in that interview I was asked what are the films that I've watched recently, and the only ones that I was able to like recall were your F1 and Materialists and like How to Train Your Dragon. And they asked me if I've watched any Indian films, and the last one that I watched was Superboys of Maligaon. So I have set out on a mission that I really, really want to watch Indian films, a lot of regional films, so that I sort of like understand the space that I'm operating in. Coming back to the questions, the last good film that I watched and I really, really enjoyed, is Materialists. I really, really liked watching Materialists. I really liked watching How to Train Your Dragon as well. It was it just felt that those were the kind of movies that deserve to go to the theater for, because they have like this larger than life feel to it. And How to Train Your Dragon is just like such a hope coded film that you go in
without any expectation. It takes you into a completely different world, completely imaginary, and you sort of forget that you have this life where rent and bills and maids and all of these things are still a problem. So for me, cinema is really something that allows me to escape to a different place, and How to Train Your Dragon was one of that. So I really enjoyed watching it. Another film along those lines, which has like that very strong feeling of something magical can happen, is Wonka. It had Timothy Chalamet in it. It came out last year, and I swear to God, I've watched that film thrice in the theater. I've watched it so many times at home as well, but I just can't get enough of it. So I really feel films like that are the reason films are made. Did you another hope coded film? I watched Mickey 17. Did anyone end up seeing that? So, the creator of Parasite, Bong Joon-ho, his next film is Mickey 17, and Parasite sort of ends on a very like bleak view of the world. You're like, I don't know, like, what's the point of existing when like class divide is this way, and there's literally no way you can get out of this trap. And then for it just felt like I saw not just a film but also a filmmaker grow and change their perspective towards life, because Parasite ends on such a bleak note, and Mickey 17 um uh, ends on such a beautiful hope coded tone that I feel like seeing Bon Joon-ho live a whole lot of life in those films.
Watched Parasite, I think, in May or April. And
Hmm.
yeah, I would definitely agree that um, it was very uh,
Dark.
dark and
Yeah.
I remember it getting the Oscars, the first Oscar to a foreign film.
Hmm.
So yeah, but it was very dark, little bit depressing and sad also. But
Yeah.
I'm keeping note of all of these, recommendations. Everyone is saying
Yeah.
Yellowstone, Catherine the Great, and now Mickey 17. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch it whenever it comes out.
Hi guys. I'm so glad there's a option of none of the above so that we could fit in here because after every session I was like I won't have time to make for this movie. So yeah, thanks to Sankalp for thinking about us. And it was a last minute decision that I might be able to attend a session because every day at 12 have a small study group session. So it's always like, for 15 minutes, what's the point to join? So I would say recently I saw Sinners. That was like a month ago. I didn't like it. I felt something more was going to happen, but it
Yeah.
was like okay. Like I would say above average, 7.5, 8, max 8.
Yeah.
Because I've seen much more movies of like Django
Yeah.
Unchained. I'm not good with names.
Yeah.
The Last Actors, Django Unchained is my top pick for his movies. Last good film show, When Life Gives You Tangerines, epic movie. Watch it before you sleep and cry to sleep. What's the film show you recently watched that didn't match expectations?
Pankaj, which
Uh,
one could you please repeat? The last one you said.
When Life Gives You Tangerines. It's on Netflix, Korean show. Must how does must recommend, like must watch.
If you're not a crier, you will definitely cry.
Yeah. I'm like, I felt like, life's good. One more movie that I got recommended from YouTube Shorts was Unbroken. It's a fairly old movie, 2014, I guess, and it was about a US soldier who gets captured by Japanese forces, and it's a World War II theme movie. But it's really nice if you're like just don't want to give up and you're like giving up and you want to see a movie. So it's on that theme. Yeah, sure.
So this thing I completely relate to. Like I watched I moved to Pune in January 2021. Like on and off, I lived there, and this year January I moved to Hyderabad. So because of Sukh Karle song, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I watched the Wade movie, and there was one Telugu movie also I watched in the Telugu with the English subtitle just because of an excerpt. and I watched a Norwegian movie, The Worst Person in the World, just because an excerpt. Like some of them hit to such a level that I don't know if it happens with you people or not. So just it's more like just because of that few seconds,
10
like hardly
seconds,
30.
10
Yeah,
seconds. In 10
it will
seconds,
just
they have you.
it will intrigue me so much that I will just watch a movie in some totally language that I don't even understand anything. Like if it's some of similar language like for Sanskrit derived languages like Gujarati, Marathi, Punjabi, and those are we can understand a little something, not everything, but something. But watching for me being my tongue is Hindi, me watching Telugu or Norwegian movie, like I just don't know what made me watch those things just because I'm
I've been trying to the problem I'm facing recently is there are so many shows and films to watch. I was literally just typing on Perplexity AI that how to get out of this paralysis of choice because so many things to watch and so little time. How do I get the like full value of the 2 or 3 hours I'm committing? And I just wanted to talk about the film Materialist. So I watched Materialist this I think on June. How the film was hyped, I guess it was little bit hyped than it should have been. But my expectation from a Celine song movie was very high because I watched Past Lives in February and I literally cried after the ending. So Materialist, I don't know. It did not impact me. It did not hit me with a bus. Like I would have really liked to cry at the end of any Celine song movie, but I didn't. I couldn't. So, but it was fine. And any film that I'm looking forward to, I think Superman.
Oh
Superman
yeah,
is coming out on 11th of this Friday. Yeah,
yeah.
11th July.
The if we make a like simply just to plot that how much more content is being given to us and how much time we actually get, I don't think even 100 years will be sufficient to
Yeah.
finish even the remotest interest of what we like. So what I do is somewhat like I don't know if everyone does it. I watch like it's like blasphemous for some people to just watch in between. Like like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'm suddenly watching from season 4, I guess. And I like it. I like it that way. And so many people like for some shows it does not work. But for some shows it definitely works. And I kind of like I've lost that. If for Netflix and Prime weren't there, I wouldn't even remember what I had seen. So
Hmm.
I might be watching something and getting a deja vu, like 5 years, 10 years down the line, and be like, yeah, I saw this 5 years ago.
भूमिका ध्यान रखना you're writing for these kind of audiences जो बीच में से
That's exactly why I came in this so yeah, but I'm really glad that it's not that people don't watch films, it's just that we don't have good enough films right now to worth watching.
but
Because everything we've discussed is just stuff that we've liked from the past, except for Uma talking about like the regional things that she has found in Marathi cinema right now. But majorly we all just have this thing of like just going back to things that are comfortable and we know are going to be like a good like time well invested. I don't know if the audiences trusts a Netflix and Amazon Prime to trust them with their time with all the experiments they're doing lately.
But I think the assumption with which you are coming is the people who want to engage with good cinema also, or want to
Yeah.
challenge themselves. But on a daily, usual basis, people
Hmm.
are all the time on a Netflix or a Prime. And if
Yeah.
you see the kind of watch time these traitors and these fabulous lives, Bollywood wives, and are getting, why the hell will they not make a season two? Everybody watched that. क्या नाम था यार उसका वो इब्राहिम अली खान का picture.
Nada.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Tanya.
Tanya, my God.
But a decent show like Kala Pani is cancelled,
Yeah.
and many as such keep getting cancelled. I'm glad Kohra season 2 is at least being made. Otherwise, वो भी मुझे लगा था गायब ही हो जाएगा. But generally, that's what's happening as well. People are always on their phones. Everybody is watching something or the other. एंगेजमेंट वाला काम हफ्ते में साल हफ्ते महीने में एक बार होता है. अगर एब्स्ट्रैक्ट मेंबर है तो भूल से कभी देख लिया, किसी ने कुछ रेकमेंड किया तो, वरना तो आप भूल से कुछ आ गया रिकमेंडेशन देख लिया, वरना nobody is really seeking out anymore, I think.
Sankalp, did you watch Stolen? Did you like it?
Yeah, I really liked it. Student was awesome. We're probably going to invite the filmmaker at some point soon.
Okay.
But yeah, because one of the actors in the film, Shubham, he was the writer on a film earlier called Ib Aleu. Some of you might know about it. It's a national award-winning film wrote with Pratik Vats. So he was a writer on that. He's also an actor, and he was in this film alongside Abhishek Banerjee. Crazy work. So I'm in good touch with him. So I'm trying to get the team to join one day. Really nice film. Really nice to see a film like that at least being watched by a little bit more people than the usual. It helps for the fact that it is a thriller. You know, if it is not a thriller, it becomes even more difficult for people to like. It's easy कि वो thriller है भाई देख लो. अरे इसे engaging कुछ picture है कुछ वो लोग देख लेते हैं उसमें suspense. So people still will watch it in the name of that. Otherwise, no. Yeah, Stolen is good.
Yeah.
I like to try my recent stuff for 4 prompts.
Yeah.
Okay, so first is what's the last good film show I watched? I have not seen a show in a long time. I saw Patal Lok शुरू के साल के शुरू में. I saw Black Warrant in the beginning. Both brilliant. I really liked the fact that Patal Lok was so different from the previous one, even though I felt like consciously it was different because they didn't want to get into too much trouble. So they're like Northeast जाते हैं, किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. The next, I think the good film I watched recently was this old film, a Stephen King novel का adaptation, Rob Reiner. The film is called Misery. Please watch it. It's so interesting. It's just 2 characters. You will get the vibe of a Stephen King novel that you want. So please try it. It's really good. One time, like आप एक बार बैठ के देखो. One film show I watched recently which didn't match the expectations. I did not like Sitare Zameen Par. Really was like, bro, what is like? I felt like Amir Khan was sleepwalking through the role. Like he just did not do anything in the film. I love the fact that he supports a film like this, and I'll always go and watch a film like this, and I always support him for whatever he does in such cases. But he did not do anything. And post the interval, the film just did not go anywhere. It was just a bunch of random scenes suddenly. So he's getting too many chances as a human being, and I don't know why. मुझे वो भी दिक्कत था. Like in the same film, he has to become a better person in terms of understanding these disabilities. He's also supposed to be a better husband. He's also supposed to be a better human being, a better husband, sorry, a better son also. So बहुत कुछ भर दिया उसके अंदर. मतलब it was just like and just rushed at the end. There was no stakes. I felt like so this did not work for me unfortunately. But I'll still want people to watch it. A film show I'm looking forward to in the coming months. I am just scared for Bollywood right now. With all the films that are coming in, the biggest film of the year is supposed to be War 2, and I have no clue what shittiest stuff they had made in that. I'm actually looking forward to in mainstream Bollywood, looking forward to watching this Ranveer Singh film that recently teaser came out. It's called Dhurandhar. I really liked it. I was like, shit, this is something very. It was Charkas is very cool. The director is very cool. So, and the time of India they're showing from the past is also a very interesting time. I've read the story about it's about. It's about like a paramilitary officer who went to Pakistan uh, in disguise and stayed there for like some 10-20 years. Became like one of the leaders of one of the uh, terrorist militant organizations, and he was running it and internally messing them up. Just the story of it all is very interesting. So in mainstream, I'm looking forward to that. And show film that's been on the watch list for a long time but haven't. I want to really finish my Anurag Kashyap filmography. I have not. I feel very bad about the fact that I have not. So I want to finish that. I've also watched No Smoking recently for the first time. If any of you have seen it, please do if you have not. No Smoking is one of the is like if you like those creepy films which make no sense, but at the same time make a lot of sense, Kafkaesque. It's so good. It's so good, and John Abraham was good. I was so surprised. Like in a film like this, I really, really, really enjoyed the film. And now that I know what metaphor he was trying to do with the film, because the film has no real plot. It's just things happening. Now that I know the metaphor behind it, it makes it even more interesting. So I think we should all finish our Anurag Kashyap filmography piracy के through या फिर कहीं पे और देख के through. But I think he deserves that we do it because he's also going in the route of making shit stuff now. So yeah,
I heard he has quit films and he has moved to Bangalore.
he's going to work in the Malayalam industry as an actor slash producer for some time is what
Okay.
I've heard. On a
Okay.
different note, a brother of mine, younger brother who just turned 18, I don't know why he knows this film, but he recommended me this film and we watched it together. The first time I'm seeing him as an adult, and I go, "Tujhe pata hai ye sab?" So he made me watch this film called Funny Games. It is a 1997 film by this French filmmaker. His name is Michael Haneke. He's made some very interesting stuff. All his films are thoda crack. Funny Games is one of those dreams or like those things you would never want to be true, like just the saddest thing. And the film, which has, okay, I can't say the ending is good or bad, it'll ruin the experience, but it is a very sad film, but a thriller and like dark. And yeah, like these kind of films we just, so there's a film called Nocturnal Animals and there's a film called Funny Games. There are two films that you would never wish on your worst enemy to happen in their lives.